the bliss and catch the vibes. Catch all the interesting and unforgettable moments with your stars. LOENE Star Parade, the program that lights up your world by bringing your celebrities closer to you. Get to watch exclusive interviews on the lifestyle of your favorite actors, actresses, filmmakers, singers, directors, and so much more. Here's an opportunity to explore from the godfathers of arts and culture to the merrymakers and all your superstars. Don't miss out. Join King Millan as he takes you through LOENE Star Parade. Share the moments on every weekend on SLBC's Channel 31 and Channel 27.
Hello and welcome to the program LOENE Star Parade Extra with me, King Millan, on SLBC TV. And of course, the program talk a lot about the stars that went at the country's salon, and of course, out of salon as well. And definitely, I've done a lot of interviews, a lot of artists, and both musicians, actors, comedians, all the rest. But in terms of music business this time around, and there's a special interview in this program, LOENE Star Parade Extra, because the person I'm going to interview right now is a special person specialized in the music of jazz. He's not a person, but the great William Cline Davis. Or Bailey, sorry, is the staff of LOENE Star Parade Extra. Welcome to the show, my brother.
You're welcome.
It's a pleasure knowing you.
Yes, a pleasure to be here too.
Yeah. How long have you left this country, by the way?
Oh my God, taking me back now. I think I left Sierra Leone in 1982.
1982.
Yes.
But on this program, we'll talk about artists, but at the same time, we want to see exactly what you've been through.
Okay.
You play jazz music. Why jazz music, by the way?
Well, it's a genre that I got interested in the mid-70s.
Okay.
And I was influenced by George Benson, the smoother type of jazz.
Okay.
That's not really heavy, and it's more appealing to a lot of people. And I liked it and looked into it, and I just followed jazz music.
And the type of music that you play, jazz music, is not a type of music where people do vocals. It's more of instrumental. So what part of instrument do you play of jazz music?
I'm a drummer.
No, drummer.
And a songwriter. So with jazz drumming, it's slightly different with smooth jazz. Smooth jazz, you try to infuse pop and inspired drumming into jazz.
Okay.
So it's more listenable and it's easy on the air.
And people want to know the type of drums that you play as well. We're here in a special place. This is a church, by the way.
Yeah, it's Zion Church, Wesley Street. This is where it all began.
Wow. It all began here?
Yes.
Wow. Well, we'll talk about that when we come to your history as well. But in the meantime, I'll let for a while and get a little bit of what you've been doing. People are supposed to see, and then when we come back, we'll talk big time.
No
Are you ready for that?
I'm certainly ready.
Thank you so much for coming.
Okay, you're welcome.
It's the one and only William Cline Bailey. And of course, the born LOENE, but definitely when we come back, we'll talk more about his life. In the meantime, right now, just watch short bits of his performances, and I'll be right back. Welcome back once again, Salone Star Parade Extra. But that's just the short clip or short performances by the staff for this Salone Star Parade Extra. Is a Saloonian born based in England. His name is William Cline Bailey. And of course, the jazz player, drummer for that matter. And of course, his writer staff for this Salone Star Parade Extra. And of course, I'm King Millan. Welcome again to the show, my brother.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you so much. Of course, I've seen a little bit of your performances as well. Of course, you did one as well inside this church as well. But before talking about everything, I know we started talking about the music that you've been doing or what you're doing right now.
Correct.
But let's get back, to this real guy. When were you born? Where were you born? Which school did you go to?
Well, I was actually born in England, whilst my dad was studying in the 60s. So when he completed his studies, he returned to England. I was 4 years old when I returned to Sierra Leone.
Wow.
So I did all my education in Sierra Leone till in my 20s when I went back to
Which
Europe.
schools?
I initially started off my primary school at Tower Hill Municipal, which is not far from here. We're in 4th Street in Freetown. And then later on went to the Methodist Boys High School. Then my dad had an international job which took him to Nigeria. So I spent some time in Nigeria too.
What were you thinking, the aim for you as a kid coming up? Say, what were you want to do,
Well, really, when I was growing up, my aim was to go into the diplomatic service.
Okay.
My dad was a diplomat, and I loved that. So that's what I wanted to do.
Okay.
But then God had a different destiny for me.
Wow.
So by the time I started singing in the choir at age 8.
Yeah,
I
I meant to understand that, yeah.
Here at Zion Church, Wesley Street, I used to sing the treble part. And I used to like the performances, the big choir days, rendition of anthems. And at home we had a collection of records which included jazz records, soul music, and secular music too. So to while away the time, my love for music started developing.
Okay.
Yes. So by the time I was a teenager, I thought, this stuff really moves me, and I would like to do this one day.
Okay, before moving to Nigeria and Sierra Leone when you were young, I think at the age of 14 you left this country.
Yes.
Yeah.
14.
Did you listen to any Sierra Leone music, or were any Sierra Leone musicians that inspired you so far?
Well, yes. At the time, Afro National were really big.
Wow.
But the style of writing music really interested me.
Okay.
We also had a band called Superb 7.
Okay.
Which I used to like listening to.
So what type of music were they playing that you love so much?
Mostly African calypso mixed with soukous type of music.
Sierra Leone style?
Sierra Leone style.
Could you remember anyone? Could you give an
oh my God. Which was a popular song from Afro National now? Memuna was an interesting. Wait till you do me so.
Okay, by the late Freddie Green.
Yes.
He composed that song.
Yes, now it was good times,
Okay.
and good musicians.
Yeah.
Also, not to forget Purple Haze.
Okay.
We used to go to Children's Fete and listen to Purple Haze perform.
Okay.
There was a hall down the road, not far from here, called Goodings Hall, where most of the bands used to perform.
Okay.
But we were not allowed in there.
Because you were young, eh?
Too young.
So you listened to the song mostly on records at that time?
Yeah, I used to. Times
they call it gramophone or what?
No, they used to release 45 singles most times at the
time.
time. And people like Akin Janet, or I used to call him Janesco, he used to release a few 45s, but all of that contributed towards my musical development.
And I made to understand that when you went to Nigeria, you grew love for Afrobeat.
Correct.
So why?
And the reason being, obviously, I had the love for music and I wanted to perform. But back in the day, our parents had a different opinion of musicians.
Okay.
Which was not
I love that part. Tell me more of it. I love that part because I've been talking to a lot of musicians.
Yes.
They used to tell me this, well, our parents don't like the music. They used to condemn musicians at that time. They are not too.
Yes, the perception
people.
of musicians was that they were people who just loved the good times.
So you went through that experience?
Of course.
So tell me more about it.
Well, you just wouldn't express it, or you'd be chastised, basically. I wouldn't say how.
I know. Let's go.
So you kept it as a secret.
Yeah, okay.
And obviously, people in Sierra Leone had a low opinion of musicians, but I sort of appreciated them because I love the artistry and the technique they used in playing music and their instruments.
Okay.
So when I went to Nigeria, it was a different ball game. Then in the mid-70s, the music industry in Nigeria was way ahead.
Okay.
They had Decca studios in Nigeria and they were producing bucket loads of music. And also, when I went to Nigeria, I discovered that there were university students.
Okay.
One in particular called Chris Okotie,
okay,
who was a university student, but
still doing music.
I think Chris Okoti is still performing.
Okay.
And he was combining his studies with music. So I thought, this is possible.
Okay.
And then also, I was also influenced by Fela Kuti. Fela Ransom Kuti, he was called by
So
then.
did you meet him?
Never.
The
set of venue was performing in at Kalakuta Republic. Okay. I don't think kids were allowed around there.
In that case, did you even go to the shrine?
No, I didn't, but he had a program on Radio OYO then, it was called.
Okay.
Because Radio OYO was based in Abeokuta, which is where Fela Kuti originates from.
Okay.
And they used to dedicate a show to him every Saturday night from 10 p.m. up to midnight, Fela Kuti all the way. And I used to listen to him on radio, his live shows on radio.
So that's what brought the love for Afrobeat?
Yes, correct.
So what messages do this Afrobeat girl and give her that you love so much?
What I liked is the percussion effect. African music, if you go back way in time into African music, a lot of it is percussion and drums.
Okay.
People use the drums to communicate. They use the drums to perform music. So the drum plays a very important part in African music. And percussion, I think, for Africans is very important in expressing themselves.
Sure.
Or like here in Sierra Leone, we have the djembe drum, and you got different sizes of it, and each one gives a sound
of it,
that's distinctive.
Yeah.
So at the time I was growing up, Osibisa, Fela Ransom Kuti were big in West Africa. Okay. And if you listen to Osibisa, who originated from Ghana,
I know,
you find out that their percussion is very heavy in the music. And I was very much influenced by Sola Mafrio, who was a drummer of Osibisa.
Wow.
And when you listen to the music of Osibisa, they will always have a percussion break.
Oh, yes.
And I used to love it.
The rolls.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, they will bring everything, every percussion instrument before they bring the other instruments in. And that is what attracted, started getting my interest in drumming, because it's really expressive. And it gets the feet moving.
I know what you're saying, because there are some people when in fact they even dance into their songs, they will wait for that percussion part.
Yes.
And then that the part they will reserve their energy for.
Exactly.
And that will go like for 1 minute, 2 minutes, and then all the instruments go.
Exactly.
Yes. So you've been doing this thing out there, a lot of listening, but you didn't even play any music in Nigeria.
No, I didn't. I was a student just listening and absorbing it all in.
And I'm meant to understand that you came to Sierra Leone, and of course you were inspired by the late Abu White.
Yes.
So how did you meet him, by the way?
Well, through by contact. Basically, I came back and I thought, I've got to take this thing seriously. Okay. Maybe I could combine it with my studies, much to the annoyance of my father and mother. But I carried on, I persevered. So I started learning to play the drums at 17 when I was in sixth form at Albert Academy.
Okay.
And by the time I left school, about 19, I could play the drums. Not as very well, but I was still learning. So I needed to improve on the drums. So back then, instruments were not available in Freetown. It was very difficult to find instruments to buy and even to practice. And the only way you could practice is by affiliating yourself to a band. And after their rehearsal, you could take a turn. Take a turn. Okay. So somebody introduced me to Abu White. So go and meet him. He's quite approachable, and tell him what you want to do. And he was like a brother. He embraced me. He encouraged me. He said it was nice that you see educated young men trying to learn music, because we had, we didn't have a good name when we started off.
I know.
And he encouraged me.
Musicians definitely don't have good names. Were you around when he composed the song Tabule?
Of course.
So you helped him compose the Tabule?
No, I didn't. But I listened.
Okay, listen to Tabule.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. So when they used to rehearse, I would go there, very much to the annoyance of my parents. Wow. Be there taking drugs and smoking weed. I don't even drink or smoke.
I know.
But
that's the mentality.
it was just the mentality. But I knew what I was after. Of course, there was drugs around, I must admit.
Oh, yeah.
But I knew where I came from. I knew my upbringing. I knew where I was heading.
I know.
And taking drugs doesn't help, and I wouldn't advocate it to anyone.
Okay.
So I would be there for the music, and he helped me a lot. There was a guy called Lawrence Sandy, who was the drummer then with the band that Abu White was performing for. And he taught me the basics of African drumming, because mostly it was the European beats I learned. And that's what I learned. So he taught me a bit of Congolese type of drumming, and I learned all by ear.
Wow.
Yes, everything by ear. I would spend like 3 hours there just practicing. I'll go there day by day until I perfected the beat.
So in other words, playing drums, we are self-taught?
Yes. Very much so, most of it.
So the only thing is just have somebody that motivated you.
Correct. It's all
very interesting.
self-taught, yes.
Very interesting. And I meant to understand as well, when you were at Abu White, you grew the interest of writing songs as well, composing songs
Correct.
on your own.
So around that time, I started thinking, well, performance is one thing, and from the literature I was reading about music and musicians abroad, songwriting is the key. Because when you songwrite, that's when you can own the music. Because if somebody else performs, writes the songs, they own the rights to the music.
Exactly.
So you don't get much royalty. You won't get any if you don't write the songs.
That's true.
So it's quite an important element in music, is writing your own songs. So I started learning how to write songs, structuring songs, arranging them, and performing.
And you did your song called Playtime?
Yes, the first song I wrote was a song called Playtime.
So why did you call that? Why the name Playtime?
Well, I just think music can have different elements to it. It can be playful, it can be enjoyable, it can be relaxing, depending on your mood. And playtime is something you can listen to and enjoy and have fun.
So in other words, you composed that song here in this country, Sierra Leone. But you got fame from that song in Russia.
Yes, I
met to say you performed that song with a Ghanaian band in Russia.
Yes.
And then you used that Playtime song, and of course you just became that big star.
Well, yes, it's one of the songs which I performed. What happened when I took a gap year from studying for 2 years to pick up music. After 2 years, I thought, I must study something. So as an insurance policy. So I had a scholarship to study in Russia, in Moscow. So when I went to Moscow in 1983, I think, or 82, I joined a band, a Ghanaian band in university, and I used to perform with them. They were mostly playing high life and reggae. And at times I would just introduce my song. I've written this song, can we please perform that?
As a vocalist or as an instrumentalist?
No, instrumentalist.
The instrument drum as well?
Yes.
Yes. And you left as well and then went to England now?
Yes.
So when did this jazz into perfection?
Well, it would be around the mid-80s, 84, 85. I was looking for a record deal. So I was scouting my music to a lot of the big record companies over in the UK. But they had a problem because there with marketing is a massive thing in the European market. So they couldn't put my song in a category. So because I just write good songs and make sure the melody is good. So it was a problem marketing it. They said, well, we like the music, but we can't put it in any category. So I thought, you know what, I will just do instrumental and go into the jazz genre, and that's how you came. That's how we came to it. Yes.
Well, there's a song here I think we need to play. This one is called Lush.
Lush. Yes.
Lush. Tell me a little bit about before we play the song Lush.
Lush is a beautiful tune. It's more melodic. It's meant to be relaxing. So if you're chilling out with your woman or your man, and you don't want too much noise in the background, this is something to make you feel good.
So you can lush.
Oh yeah, just nice.
Lush logistically.
Feeling nice, feeling nice. Yeah, essentially that's what it means.
I love.
So if you have like a romantic meal, you can have that in the background, and you've got soft music without vocals. That just complements the situation.
But the video clip is a studio session.
Yes.
And of course, who composed that song, by the way?
I did.
You did the song?
Yes.
I saw you with some other guys, white guys. They are just partner? Or do you
have a band? They are session musicians.
Session musicians,
So basically, you take the song. The way I work, I take the completed demonstration song.
For the whole song that you...
Yes. So I record it and in different parts, and then take it into the studio. And use the studio musicians to actually record. Because I can't play every instrument.
I just want to ask you, do you play all the instruments? Or?
No.
But you just compose, you can compose.
Yes, on the piano.
On the piano,
So what I do is the piano part. And then the musicians will pick out the bass part, the guitar part, and add on to it. And I play with a very good Sierra Leonean called Cecil Jones, who is a saxophonist. And he plays the melody. On his saxophone mostly.
And you play your best part, the drums?
On my drums.
It's a pleasure, my brother.
A pleasure.
I'll join you back.
Yes, thank you.
Well, it's the one and only jazz player, jazz musician. His name is William Cline Bailey. And of course, he's a Sierra Leonean based in England. But we're going to talk more. But in the meantime, I just watched a session recording of his, and they call this one Lush. Watch, and I'll be right back. Welcome back once again. Salon Star Parade Extra with King Millan, right on the station SLBC. That's a video clip, or rather a session, musical session with the staff of the week on Salon Star Parade Extra. His name is William Cline Bailey. Most of the time when I say Cline Bailey, Davis want to come in, but never mind this time. I'm going to stick with the Bailey. He's a Salon-born jazz musician based in England. He's right here with me right now. Welcome again to the show for the second time around.
You're welcome.
Nice clip, nice performance as well. When did you do this one?
I did this in a studio in a place called Scarborough.
When?
Which is in North Yorkshire in the UK.
I'm in the year.
Oh, sorry, that was in 2021. That was in 2021.
Do you have your records out for sale? Do you have albums out?
Yes, they're all online, and you can get it from Apple Music, or you can get it on Spotify.
Well, towards the end of the show, definitely going to give your handles where people will get to sing as well. And but I'm made to understand as well that you are an officer too, or ex?
Yes.
Yes,
Officer,
immigration officer?
No, I was a detective with Scotland Yard.
Tell me a little bit about a musician going for that one as well, you know? Why?
Well, basically what happened when I when I couldn't get a record deal, I just thought, you know what? You have to find a day job. So by then I'd graduated in law.
Wow, I like
and the opportunity came to actually join the police. The police were recruiting. They were looking for ethnic minorities to join the British police force in London, because black people were underrepresented in the police force. So in 1991 I applied to join the police in London, and I was elected. I went through the interview process, and I enjoyed the job.
I just want to ask you about it.
Yes, I enjoyed it.
You enjoyed it more than the music?
Well, yes, I was still doing music, but I was doing studio work then. And my full-time job was a police officer. I've met a lot of interesting people, got involved in a lot of interesting cases. Yes, and it was a journey, put it that way.
A nice journey.
Yes, I enjoyed it.
Very nice one.
Yes, I didn't have any problems with the white officers I worked with. They encouraged me and helped me. And I met a lot of interesting people and helped a few people along the way.
I think you retired 2015.
2015. Yeah, in 2015.
Yeah, and then you decided to go now into music proper.
Correct, yes, correct.
I've gone through some of your work anyway, all that story. And I like that. I like the journey so far. So tell me now, flicking back, you know, because I know you started it way back in LEONE, Nigeria, Russia, and then you became a police officer, and then now back to the music.
Correct.
So how strong are you now into this?
Well, very much so. The scope, the arena of music has changed. Back then in the 80s, you had to know somebody in the PR department who would sort of help you out and recommend you. But fast forward, you know, after the millennium, it's an open world now, the digital world. You can do a lot of the stuff yourself. So with God's grace, I had a little bit of benefits from my retirement package, which enabled me to set up my own company and do my own music production. So that's what I did. I just grabbed the opportunity during lockdown, and I thought, I've got all the songs which I've just been recording over the years. I can do something with them now. Myself, produce it myself. I have the expertise, and here I am. And
you're a Salonian. Did this occur to you that Salonians are not too afraid with jazz music, and coming to jazz music, Salonians would definitely not know about you much? Did you?
I beg to differ. I beg to differ.
Okay.
I beg to differ.
So defend yourself now. Defend yourself now. Yeah.
Basically, when I was growing up, when I was in sixth form, we had a little jazz club.
You're talking about before. I'm talking about now.
Oh, now. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. 2015, you came back into the business, and then you're still doing the jazz.
Yes.
And you think? Did you occur to you that now the younger ones coming up right now, they are more of this rap?
Yes. There is that. But the thing is, with music, you do it. There could be two ways you can look at it. You do it for the commercial purpose, or you do it for the love. I'm doing it for the love of music. I love music. I would listen to any music. As long as it's properly arranged, I'm up for it. But my genre, what I like most, is jazz. So if it sells and gives me millions, if it doesn't, I'm still okay with that.
Wow.
But what I want to do is to introduce jazz music to the younger community here.
Wow, I like that.
Here in Freetown.
I like that, yeah.
Expose people to it. If you don't play the music, people don't know about it. And I know in mostly West Africa, I wouldn't say even Sierra Leone, Afrobeats has taken over, which is good.
Definitely, yeah.
But there are other genres of music. But if you don't play it, like you yourself helping me to promote this, people won't know about it.
But one thing about music, inclusion is definitely can infuse or rather include different kind of style. Correct. You can even use jazz and then mix with something else. You can use jazz, reggae, jazz. So you can definitely bring the Afro-Sierra Leonean music.
You can fuse it with
the jazz as well. You answered the question already. There was a question for you reserved. So you need to go through that. You said you want to help the younger kids right now. How do you want to do that?
It's just by exposing them to, elements of jazz through my videos, through my music, getting the music out there through radio and television to say, well, music is not all about Afrobeats. You've got different genres of music. So that's the only way, through, publicizing stuff on the internet. So people are aware of jazz music as a genre. And it can be soothing. It's got some nice elements in it. And even if you want to dance, you can even dance to jazz music. There's some jazz music, especially smooth jazz, that's really danceable. And even on my album, I've included certain tracks which are danceable. So jazz music is not all about being serious and just listening to somebody play solo on an instrument for ages and ages. There is this element, but there's also an element to it that's the softer side, there's a more fun side to jazz.
Do you know about Balanta music?
I've heard about it.
Balanta?
Yes, I've heard about it.
Do you have any plans to go there and, of course, talk to the students as well?
Yes, I will. There's a lady called Stella Greywood. Stella Greywood, who I hopefully will meet. I must say something here. I do run another jazz program in London called the Jazz Sessions on Faferity Radio.
Yes, I have that one as well reserved for you.
Yes, which is run by a Sierra Leonean. So during that program, I got to interview a Sierra Leonean guitarist based in the UK called Frank Jallo. So when I interviewed him about that program, he didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what he was doing. And that inspired him to form a forum called Lion Mountains Musicians Forum, which has been running for 6 months now. So we incorporated musicians across the globe who are Sierra Leoneans, who are musicians, so we all know what we're doing. And so through that forum, I've been able to link up with a lot of musicians here in Sierra Leone, and Stella Greywood was one of them. And we're trying to show everybody what we're doing and working together. So as musicians, Sierra Leonean musicians, we can all help each other. So that's one platform also I can use to elaborate what I'm doing in the jazz sector.
I know, but you listen as well to other songs produced here in this country.
Of course.
So how do you assess their production so far?
The production is very, very good. When I listen to what Stella Greywood does, it's very, very good. It's very, very good. She's mostly a reggae musician. But the production is really good. And what she tells me, there are a few studios here. In Freetown, which are really good. Another chap also who I'm going to liaise with is a chap called Queen Allen. I don't know if you've heard of him. He's a guitarist, and he's also a jazz musician, but he does a tribute act for Louis Armstrong. And he's copies him like a tribute act. He's based here in Sierra Leone, so I will be meeting up with him at some point.
Like most of the artists you want to link up with are those doing jazz music. And do you have plans in incorporating other genre of artists in this country as well? Of
course. I'm a creative being. So I will collaborate. I'm open to ideas to actually infuse Sierra Leonean traditional music into what I do, but watch this space.
Are you open up for them to collaborate with you? As you said, like they have their own reggae songs, just come give us one beat.
Yeah, of course.
Free of charge?
Of course.
Free of charge?
Of course. I'm not in it for the money. I'm in it because
this is entertainment, but at the same time people want to get themselves enriched in terms of entertainment.
Money doesn't give you happiness, as far as I'm concerned. And the way I was raised, money is a secondary thing. For me, music is my...
The passion comes first.
Exactly. Music is what makes me happy. It gives me peace of mind. It makes me happy. It makes me smile. It makes me cry. And, and I would like it to have the same effect on other people. When they listen to my music, it affects their emotion. Okay. If I can achieve that, I'm happy.
How many albums have you released so far?
So far, I've released 2 EPs. The first one is called Solitude, and the second, Solitude was released in 2020. Okay. And then Rapture, which was released in 2021. Okay. And currently working on another album entitled Euphoria, which will be released by God's grace in October this year.
Okay, let's go with this song you call Cruise Control. Is it Cruise?
Cruise
Control.
Cruise Control, yeah.
So tell me a little bit about it. We're going to play
Cruise
this
Control.
This one is no video clip, but just picture slide or what?
Yes.
But we're still going to play it.
Yes, Cruise Control is interesting. I'm into cars. I like machines.
Wow. Wow.
I'm a car fan. So Cruise Control was composed with the idea that, you know, you're cruising along the beach with your girl or your man, and just listening to some good music in the background. So it's a cruising song, something you can listen to in your car.
So in other words, you want to encourage people to start listening to this song while they are cruising
in the bedroom, in the car, in the nightclub, anywhere.
I like that. Anyway, it's the one and only staff. For this week on Salon Staff Extra, his name is William Cline Bailey. And of course, Serena and Bone, a jazz musician as well. Well, don't listen to the song. It's a video clip, slide pictures as well. Later right now, just listen to the song and get yourself cruise wherever you're right now. Watch, and I'll be right back. Welcome back. Once again, Salone Star Parade Extra with me, King Millan, right on SLBC TV. And of course, my star, the one and only William Cline Bailey. Welcome again to the show, my brother.
Thank you, sir.
Nice song. Because when did you compose this one?
This was actually composed when I was still in Russia.
Okay.
And but obviously, the record companies could not put it in any category, so it was just lying in my vault, so to speak.
So, but when are you gonna do proper video clips for some of these your songs?
Well, we're working on that. Maybe in the new album, I may do a few clips.
Yeah, you told me earlier that you love you got inspired by
Judge Benson, yes.
And Judge Benson, very, very talented, of course, a lot of videos as well. But most of his songs at times, not only instrumental, he also did vocals.
Vocals, yes.
When are you going to do vocals?
Well, that's another thing in the pipeline. Maybe in the next EP, I may surprise you and come up with some vocals.
I would love the surprise. I know I got the beat. You got a nice style of drums, your style good, but I need to listen to this wonderful voice talking to me right now. I like the voice already.
Really?
Yeah. So with some hooks, some verses, some chorus.
Yes.
I can't imagine how it's gonna sound like.
Yes, probably in the next CD. I'm planning to
Challenge
do
me.
some.
Challenge me.
Yes, I will. I was planning to do it in this album, but I thought, you know what? Let me leave it till the next EP because I had a collection of songs. I've got 8 songs for the new album. So I think 2023 I'll come out with some vocal tracks, some nice ballads.
Let me just inspire you. Your first song we're gonna do, just call it Challenge. Challenging King Millan.
I may call the project that. I may call the project that.
Anyway, thank you so much. So now you're here. Is it your first time? After a long time?
No.
You've been coming?
Yes, I have been coming to.
So why are you here, by the way?
Well, basically family affairs.
Okay.
Since my dad was a bit ill around 2010, he fell ill.
Okay.
I took over most of the family affairs in Sierra Leone, so I normally come every year. Obviously, during Ebola, I couldn't come.
Wow.
And for the past 2 years, I couldn't come because of COVID-19. But I love Sierra Leone. Everyone's, friendly, laid back, as they say. I'm going to go into Creole now. I can speak Creole, by the way.
Manage.
Saloma easy for deal with,
Seriously.
we relax, and I like that. So you come in, kids are so easygoing, I was moved once, I was standing by the side of the road and a kid came up to me, Papa, cross me, no?
Hey.
And that's the Salon style,
Yes.
Children are very trusting.
Yeah.
And you don't find that in many parts of the world.
Yeah, they'll get lost.
Yeah, well, there are evil people about, but in Sierra Leone there's that love, which I like about Sierra Leone, so I will always come back to the motherland.
I think I heard about your name way back, but I got to know you more through my former director at SLBC, Cyril Jackson Smith.
Right.
How close are you, by the way?
Oh my God, he's my man. He went to the Methodist Boys High School.
Okay.
When I started off in the Methodist Boys High School, my brother was in the senior form and he was his classmate. So my brother dragged me in. This is my younger brother. Make sure he's not bullied.
Oh.
So they all took me on their wing. And,
And up to this moment, he's still taking care of you.
He's still taking care of business.
Now we spoke about you being into this country, helping the younger ones as well. And I also need to understand. You spoke a little bit about the radio show that you worked on, Feferity
Radio. Yes.
How long have you been working with that?
I've been doing that program for 2 years. The guy who runs the station is a Sierra Leonean called Clarence Davis. He was also in the media scene, and he decided he was going to make something that is Afrocentric, so a radio station that concentrates on Africa. So most of the programs are sort of based on African affairs.
Okay.
So we talk a lot about Sierra Leone.
So you promote Sierra Leonean music, but only jazz musicians that you promote?
Yes, I promote a lot Frank Jallo. I promote Frank Jallo a lot because he does a variety of stuff. Frank Jallo, you can check his stuff out. He's got 2 albums out, self-produced, very talented guy. You can check him out later on. But he's got some jazzy stuff, he's got some soukous stuff, he's got reggae stuff.
Okay.
So Frank is versatile.
I know we have a lot of talented Sierra Leoneans right there in the UK. Yes. What about Sanfa? You know about Sanfa?
No, I don't know
Sanfa.
But I will find out more about him.
He's big. He's big.
Another guy who a lot of people don't know about in Sierra Leone, and he's based in Spain, but he goes back and forth from Spain to the UK. Is a bloke called Seydou.
Seydou Jallo.
Seydou,
He's
yes.
a friend of mine.
Well, small
He was part of this program as well.
Was he?
Yeah.
Okay. He is very
Seydou
talented.
Jallo is very talented.
Yes, I know of him.
He did this Diamond, Tears, and all those other songs. Yeah.
Yes, very talented.
So now you're about to go. What's your plan so far? What do you think you're going to take back? And of course, you're planning to come with again.
Well, what I take back is the love which I'm getting from everyone here. When I went to SLBS today.
Oh, okay.
Everyone embraced me and helped me to promote my music and what I'm doing, and I'm appreciative of that.
Thank you.
So, and you taking the time at very short notice to set this up,
Yeah.
I'm very much appreciative. So long may that continue, and obviously I'll pass the message on so that people can also come back and musicians abroad can come to the SLBS and say, this is what we're doing, can you promote us? And
we open
yes,
up.
Yes, exactly. So that's what I can take away from this.
Are you planning to set up a studio in this country as well?
By God's grace, I'm hoping in the next 2 to 3 years, seeing how the sales go with my music worldwide.
Okay.
Set up something that's different and try and promote the genre. That's what I'm all about. Well, as I said, I've got my new album coming out, which is entitled Euphoria, and I'll promote that on Facebook, Instagram, and all the social media platforms. Please support that, and jazz music is alive, and it's something good. So in October, hope to do a worldwide release.
Wow, okay.
And I'll send you a clip when I do the promotion.
I would love to.
So that you can,
We'll definitely promote that.
Yes.
But now, maybe somebody want to get close to you here in Sierra Leone and out of Sierra Leone as well. How are they going to get your social network?
Yes, they could find me on social media.
Okay.
I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook.
So what the handle?
I can't give you the Insta, but the best way also to contact me is via my website.
Okay.
I've got a website which is Cline Bailey.
Wow, just Cline Bailey.
No. ClineBailey.productions.
Wow, okay.
ClineBailey.productions, and you can find out all about me. It's got my email address. You can got my personal telephone
Facebook
number.
as well. Are you on Facebook?
I'm on Facebook
also,
and you can find me. I'll interact with anyone.
Okay, and now I know you're based in England. Now, when are you going to come and base permanently Sierra Leone? I know you love Sierra Leone already. You told me that you love this country, but when?
Let's give it 3 to 4 years and let's see how things go.
Are you a family man?
I'm single.
Wow, what are you waiting for?
I'm too busy, man. I'm too busy. So
you're gonna be busy all the time. Are you okay with this? Are you okay with this single life?
Yeah, I am. My music is my passion. It takes up so much of my time. The radio, as you know, to present a program, it takes me, although it's a monthly program, it takes you a while to put it together to get something good. And I normally do a lot of studio work, so no time for.
Don't mind me, I'm very inquisitive. No side chick as well?
No. Maybe there is.
No kids.
I have a son who's grown up. He's gone his way. He's grown up. You know what it's like with children these days. They grow up and spread their wings and fly. So, yes, I was married before for 1 year and that didn't work out. So after that, I think, I gave up.
You don't think you're going to marry again?
No.
And this your son, is he into music?
No, he's not. He's in the media.
Okay.
So, we keep in touch. But as I say, as in Europe, when children grow up, they just spread their wings and do their own thing.
Okay, so, you're about to go now. What do you think the food especially gonna miss in this country?
I like my fried fish and cassava bread.
Wow, it's makes two of us.
With lots of pepper.
I like that. I just like this Waterloo fried fish and cassava bread.
Exactly.
So you've been to Waterloo?
Oh yes, I've been
for fried fish and cassava bread.
Of course, man. Of course. Taking a trip down to Songo because we do have some family properties down in Songo. So when I go down that way, I make sure I get my.
We're gonna end with a song called Mellow Mood.
Yes.
And Mellow Mood gonna end with this one studio session as well.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about the song as well.
Well, the title of the song explains.
Hello.
Yes, it's jazzy, it's mellow, it's cozy. This is definitely one for the bedroom.
Wow.
So when you're in a mellow mood with your loved one, you can just lay back and enjoy.
You compose most of your songs about chilling with your loved one, but you're telling me you're just single. So this your music is your loved one. So when you want to chill, you chill with your mellow mood, eh?
Now you're getting me. I'm a very cool person at heart, very peaceful person.
I can see that, yeah.
I don't advocate violence in any way, shape, or form, and I express that through my music. So something to keep you mellow after a hard day, something that will make you happy and chilled.
So you're about to go now. What's your advice to the younger ones coming up, especially musicians?
Yes, for musicians, keep plugging along. It's taken me 4 decades to actually do my stuff.
Wow.
It is hard, but just keep pushing, you know, and believe in what you do. And don't chase money. If when money comes in the way of creativity, you lose that creativity.
Yeah.
First and foremost, you're a musician, an artist. If the music sells, then it's a bonus. But put all your energy into your craft and don't, you know, chase money, because when you do that, it's sort of yes,
I know.
It influences the quality of music you.
I know. Let the money just come in, of course, by doing your talented work and of course with passion.
Correct.
But don't go for the money first.
No.
I think I like that advice. Nice one. What about your fans now? You've got new fans, the old fans as well.
As you were saying, I was speaking with Mr. Cyril Justin Smith the other day. He used to listen to a lot of jazz. Well, I'm not really sure, but I'm converting him. And I'm having an influence on you too.
Yeah.
So that's 2 people already.
Yeah.
So to me, that's good. Just put the music out there and just say, well, this is jazz music, another genre of music.
Yeah.
And this is smooth jazz is the way forward.
Thank you so much, my brother.
You're welcome. Thanks for giving me the time.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Peace.
And I wish to see you again.
Okay, peace.
When you go, don't be long. Come again.
No,
and then
no,
this time
no.
around, got more video clips.
Certainly.
And I'm ready to promote them.
We will.
God bless you.
You're welcome.
Well, it's the one and only star for this week of Salone Star Parade Extra. His name, William Cline Bailey, a jazz musician, Sierra Leone born, based in UK. We're going to end with a song called Mellow Mood. We're going to sit somewhere, relax somewhere, lie somewhere, and go in the mellow mood and enjoy this one. It's me, King Millan. Till next week, may the Almighty God bless you. Bye-bye.